long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So yesterday, the bat phone rang at Cameron's place, and Sparrow was back with some more intriguing office stuff going on about certain things now that Mando Grogu are going to the theaters. Gina Carano. Apparently, the rumor is Jon Favreau wants her back. And while we don't know the extent of if there even have been any talks, if there will be any talks in the future, this is a big deal. And I know back not too long ago, the story was she wouldn't come back unless Kennedy was gone. The fact that this is even mentioned within the walls of the studio says something very big, I think, concerning Kathy is about to drop. Okay. Now, why would this be a good idea to bring her back? Well, we're doing a what-if scenario. What if she comes back? Gina. Gina comes in, butts go into seats. And a lot of the black pill bullshit, Star Wars is dead, I'm not coming back unless you apologize, which they won't. They'll just kiss Gina's ass 6 way to sundown. And right now, if you look at it, she's got leverage, all right? So they might have to fork out a good paycheck to get her to come back. But again, the whole thing swings on the hinge of where Kennedy is right now. And I don't believe them officially announcing a Grogu Mando movie is anything. Well, I believe that it is an indication of Kennedy leaving. Maybe she actually bowed to Bob Iger's will and said, "Okay, about if that's what you want." Iger saying, "Yes, that's what I want." And that's what's going on here. I mean, so I do believe that there's something coming down the pike about Kathleen Kennedy. Okay. And again, we have to laugh at the black pills saying that, Jon Favreau left last summer. Bullshit. Okay. Now, there's a channel, I don't know which one it is, don't really care, saying that Kennedy's about to run him off from the movie. What? No, she's not. Okay, this is his movie. She gets a producer's credit, that's it. Just like Steven Spielberg washed his hands of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, but he got a producer's credit. Okay, so did George Lucas. Obviously, they had nothing to do with the creative process of that movie, because had they had something to do with it, it probably would have been good. I don't understand why people don't understand how the rules in Hollywood work. Producers Guild is very specific about names on the production list who don't stand to do anything but earn a little money. Okay? That's it. And I have to say that the fact that Jon Favreau is now expressing a desire to have Gina Carano come back. Out loud, I guess, from what was told, I guess that perhaps Kathleen Kennedy is now gone or in the process of announcing her retirement. And that's exactly what it'll be. Okay. That's exactly how it's gonna look. Okay. We don't really know how they're going to structure Lucasfilm after her leaving, but expect quite a few people to go with her. I don't expect Lin-Wen Brennan to stay. Carrie Beck may stay. She's got a good working relationship with Dave Filoni, but, you know, a lot of other people, you kind of shake your heads and go, why? But again, this is about Gina Carano. The fact of the matter is that she's even thinking about perhaps meeting or has met, we don't know what's going on, proves that, again, she's got leverage. She can put butts in seats, which is the important thing here, and that she feels, I think, maybe even vindicated on what was going on within Kennedy's era Lucasfilm. And she had every right to be suspicious after everything that happened. Pablo Hidalgo, his insipid, very unattractive wife, the whole 9 yards. But let's talk more about what it means.
For 10 long weeks, the Star Wars company labored on the suburban London sound stages, bringing to life a film that had begun as an idea with George Lucas 3 years before.
Now, the factor in this isn't what the black pills think it is. It's not what the sequel trilogy shills, the retards, think. It's money, okay? Go back to the offer, the TV show offer. What was Charlie Bluetone most concerned about? How much money they were spending and putting butts in seats, okay? Robert Evans is worried about the same thing, but from a different perspective, okay? He understood the business side and the creative side. This is where we get the reason that they probably should bring Gina back, is that she will fulfill bringing in the customers, okay? Her firing, or actually being told she's no longer wanted at Lucasfilm, drove a lot of fans away, all right? That was this woman's fault. She was the one that allowed Gina to be bullied over the fucking COVID vaccine, okay? She was the one that thought Gina should be put through a struggle session on Zoom with 40 members of the Rainbow Warrior Club of Lucasfilm, and how badly Gina not using pronouns affected them. What the fuck? That was this woman's fault, okay? This is the reason where Star Wars is right now. Not in a good place, but it's in a better place, I think, than Marvel is because of Kathleen Kennedy, her inability to, A, control her employees, her mean girl bullshit when it came to Gina. And I've heard other stories. A young actor whose name I will not mention, who was up for a big role but didn't get it, and they gave it to an actor that absolutely was unfit for the role, was working on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, saw Kennedy in the gym, and she just glowered at him. Now, the reason why he was an uncredited role in Dial of Destiny is because Harrison Ford wanted him. And in the Hollywood Cachet Club, Harrison Ford wins that little fight every time. It's one thing Kathy could never do was bully the true alphas in Hollywood. So, does Bob Iger agree with this? Of course he does. They've got to see Star Wars become the successful again, all right? This is the most successful IP in the history of filmmaking. There's absolutely no reason for it to be where it is right now, but for Kathleen Kennedy, her poor decision-making, etc. Hence, why Iger originally brought Jon Favreau in to try to fix what Kathy broke. Okay, teaming up with Dave Filoni, excellent idea. Now, what is in the background? Well, we've got sequel trilogy fans, Retney's Holocron, Star Wars Holocron, that Suggs dude, and others beating the tom-tom for Rey Skywalker, whatever, in that movie. And again, we know that when Lucasfilm does a movie, every part of Lucasfilm works on that movie. All the money goes to that particular movie. The fact that Grogu and Mando were officially announced means that there is no Rey movie. Okay. What they're worried about, and especially now that it looks like Kathy is really leaving, that Rey gets put into a what-if universe or into a different timeline, which isn't the official timeline. You know, I don't care. And that, again, is something Kennedy's worried about. But because she doesn't have any power anymore to say anything, it appears to me that that's going to happen. Now, again, let's go back to Gina Carano. Gina, I don't think would come back unless Kennedy was gone. Okay, it's just with Kathleen still hanging around, there'd be too much temptation to cause trouble for this guy here. And Gina, because Kathy, Miss Kathy makes it so. She wants it so. Look, when I think about what happened with Gina Carano, it was unprofessional, all right? She told a story about during Mando season 2 that they had changed her makeup girl without her knowing it, and the one that was replaced her did everything wrong. That's Kennedy doing that. That's Kathy doing that. That's Kathy, causing trouble because she wants Gina gone. Why? Gina represents everything Kathy Kennedy thinks she is. Gina really is that independent woman. Okay, Kathleen Kennedy's never been that woman, all right? Kathleen Kennedy rides coattails. Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Frank Marshall, her husband, etc. Okay, and Gina's a pretty girl, all right, which is another strike against Gina. Gina might be able to kick your ass, but she at least looks like a girl, okay? And it's a threat. Women like Kathleen Kennedy are petty, they're envious, jealous, harpies who look at women that have done things on their own, who have attracted men from all walks of life as a threat. Okay, as a threat. And that, even more so than Gina's politics, is what drove Kathy to do what she did to Gina. Okay, now, if there was a meeting that took place, and Gina used her leverage, because she's got leverage now, to get a good contract, great. Okay, I'm for it. Make all the money you can. The little Ayn Randian person inside me is cheering. You should earn all the money you can from your efforts. All right. I think that we're not far away from Ms. Kathy tapping herself, pounding herself on the chest, yelling mea culpa, and leaving. All right. I just don't think we're that far away now. Okay. I don't think Jon Favreau would express a desire to have Gina Carano come back if Kathleen Kennedy wasn't close to saying, I'm out. Okay. This is Steph, signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.